A lot of the food that gets thrown away is still usable, we just don't think of it that way. Most food waste doesn't happen because people don't care. It happens because food doesn't turn out the way we planned. Something overcooks, something goes stale, something gets cut off and tossed without thinking. In this video, I'm sharing real food saves I discovered over time, some from kitchen accidents, some from curiosity, and some from simply finding better uses for what I already had. These are simple ways food that looks ruined, stale, or unusable can still turn into meals, ingredients, and savings without changing what you eat or how you cook. Let me start with number 1, because this one completely changed how I look at leftovers. Number 1 is overcooked broccoli. I was busy with chores and overcooked it. It actually tasted good, and I didn't want to throw it out, so I blended it with green peppers, onions, and butter, and added it straight into cornbread dressing. The key is that it has to be seasoned well. Once it's blended and mixed in, you don't taste broccoli. It adds moisture, flavor, and depth to the dressing. 2 things that could have been wasted turned into one really good dish. Number 2 is tough or overcooked meat. Overcooked meat feels like a loss, especially when meat is expensive. But dry chicken or tough beef isn't ruined. It just needs time and moisture. When you simmer it slowly in broth or sauce, it softens again. You can shred it and use it for soups, tacos, casseroles, or sandwiches. Heat can mess things up. Time fixes them. Number 3 is stale tortilla chips. Stale tortilla chips don't belong in the trash. They're actually the base for chilaquiles. When you simmer them in salsa, they soften and turn into a real meal. Add eggs, cheese, beans, or leftovers, and it becomes breakfast or dinner. Something that looked like waste becomes filling and satisfying. Number 4 surprised me. Stale cookies. Cookies that go stale don't stop being useful. When you crush them and mix them with butter, they make a great pie or dessert crust. No one can tell it started as a mistake. They just know it tastes good. By this point, I started noticing a pattern. A lot of food waste isn't about food going bad. It's about the parts we automatically cut off and throw away. That brings me to number 5. Broccoli stems. If you peel off the tough outer layer, what's inside is tender and mild. You can slice it thin for stir-fry, shred it for slaw, or chop it into soup. That's half the broccoli most people never use. Number 6 is celery leaves. The leaves actually have more flavor than the stalks. You can chop them and use them like parsley. They work well in soups, salads, stuffing, and egg dishes. It adds flavor without buying extra herbs. Number 7 is romaine lettuce ribs. Those thick white ribs are crunchy and mild, not bitter. When you slice them thin or dice them into grain salads, they add texture without overpowering the dish. They don't need to be thrown away, they just need to be used differently. Number 8 was another unexpected one: stale cereal and chips. If the cereal isn't sweet, you can crush it and use it as breading for chicken or fish. Stale potato chips work the same way. It makes a crispy coating, uses up food nobody wanted anymore, and kids actually enjoy helping with this one. And number 9 is the one that surprises most people: watermelon rind. The rind is edible, and it tastes a lot like cucumber. Once you peel off the green skin, the white part can be used in stir-fries, pickles, or slaws. You can even cook it down into a chewy candy. Most people throw it away, but it's a big portion of the watermelon you already paid for. Over time, all of these small discoveries added up. I stopped seeing food waste as a mistake and started realizing it usually comes down to what we do next. Not knowing what to do after something doesn't turn out right is what causes most food to get thrown away. Frugal living in the kitchen isn't about perfect planning. It's about learning what to do next. That's how food lasts longer. That's how money stretches further, without changing what you eat or how you live. I hope this was helpful. I'll see you in the next video.